Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, I wanted to talk about Buccaneers' second-year edge rushing linebacker Yaya Diaby, who had a fantastic rookie year for the Buccaneers. He will be 25 years old this upcoming season and is coming off of a fantastic year where he started 7 games, played in all 17, wore number 0, which is just as drippy as can be, had 7.5 sacks on the year, 12 tackles for loss, and 8 quarterback hits. He was, well, it says AP. I assume that means Associated Press. It cannot mean All Pro, but he was 5th in Defensive Rookie of the Year voting. He also had a forced fumble and 2 fumbles recovered during the year as well. And whenever you take a look back at the 2023 season for the Bucs, Yaya was that guy for the pass rush. He just was. I mean, he led the team in sacks with 7.5. He was 5th on the team in quarterback hits. You take a look at forced fumbles, he was a little bit up there as well, coming in at 5th also. In terms of tackles for loss, he was 2nd behind only Lavonte David. And folks, that's only starting 7 total games for the Bucs last year. Incredibly efficient season from Yaya Diaby. So the question is, can he continue this? Can he be a leading man for the Buccaneers pass rush? Because right now, you don't really have a predetermined top dog in the pass rush, right? Yes, you have Yaya Diaby, who was your leading sack guy last year. You've got Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, who had 5 sacks for the Bucs last year. We've talked about him a lot this past offseason, but you did release Shaq Barrett, who was your number 1 guy for the past couple of years. You do have Anthony Nelson, but he is still very much in a rotational role. You lost Cam Gill to the Carolina Panthers. He's signed with them. You do still have Marquise Watts, who I believe is on this team. He only had 1 sack, and he was an undrafted free agent who made a couple of plays here and there last year. You did bring in Chris Braswell with your 2nd-round draft pick coming in out of Alabama. That's an interesting addition to make as well. And I'm talking about just purely outside edge rushing linebackers, by the way. I'm not talking about the defensive line because, of course, you would throw Vita Vea in that mix. You would throw Kalijah Kancey in that mix as well. But purely talking about outside guys, these are the main 3 guys here with Diaby, JTS, and Nelson who are coming back. Marquise Watts is going to be in that mix also. But, there still is some questions there as to who's going to be the top dog for the Bucs pass rush, who's going to be that trendsetter, that guy who leads the way. And right now, one of the main guys who you expect to kind of take that mantle is Yaya Diaby. So we'll have to wait and see what he does with more playing time, with a 2nd season in the NFL. I know a lot of people like Yaya Diaby. Great size, by the way. I like Yaya Diaby as well. Strong as can be, by the way. This is one strong dude. Hope he would be coming in at like 270 pounds, 6'4". He is just a very powerful pass rusher, and you hope that can equate to a lot of success here in year number 2 because, quite frankly, the Bucs are going to need him to have some success. Also, I cannot forget about this man. Randy Gregory is another person that was brought in as a depth person. Florida man coming in from Jacksonville, Florida. You love to see that. But he's another guy who's going to be coming in as a rotational guy. And last year, he only had 3.5 sacks. So, again, another guy where you look at all these names, right? JTS, Anthony Nelson, Randy Gregory's in that mix now as well. And those guys all, at least on paper, come off as rotational guys. You have Braswell, who you don't know who he is right now. So that really only leaves Yaya Diaby as like the guy to maybe take the mantle. Is Randy Gregory going to take, the mantle of, hey, I can be your number 1 pass rusher at the age of 31, 32 years old when the upcoming season starts? I wouldn't say it's super likely. Do you expect Anthony Nelson to do that whenever his role, even last year, was a rotational pass rusher guy? He's entering the last year of his deal. It's not super likely. Do you think that's going to be JTS, a guy who, Todd Bowles has finally said, hey, I finally know how to use this guy, but even last year was benched for Yaya Diaby, which led to Diaby having so much success and hasn't had more than 5 sacks in his career, which Yaya eclipsed that by 2.5 in his rookie year. doesn't seem like a leading man either. So it's going to be interesting. I have a lot of faith in Diaby. I have a lot of faith in what he can do. And fingers crossed that he can continue to build on that success, because if he can't, things might not look great for the pass rush moving forward, at least in terms of the outside edge rushing guys. Can the Buccaneers generate pressure? Yes, they do so in a lot of different ways, but it obviously helps when you do have that leading man for your pass rush in your outside edge rushing linebackers. So let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear them down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.